Yo, what is up, everybody? Fruit Kid here. Got my smoothie. This is kale, nectarines, and dates with water blended. Delicious. So, we're going to be checking out Nutrition by Victoria. Absolutely love her content, and I think she's an awesome individual. So, yeah, let's just check out what she's gonna chat about Mucus's diet healing system. I just got done completing mucus free May, so 1 month on fruits and greens. So I'm just very curious to hear what she has to say here.
Hey everyone, it's Victoria with Nutrition by Victoria, and I have a Master's of Science in Human Nutrition, and I am here to help you build a high functioning metabolism so that you can get and stay effortlessly lean, slim, fit, and healthy for life, all while eating according to our natural design, and that is high carb, low fat. And I don't work exclusively with
So yeah, 100%. Like in nature, like fruits and greens is like the most dominant thing we would want to consume in a on fire time. And even after we mastered fire, John McDougall talks about this starches fueled civilization. So it is high carb, low fat, not seeds, animal products. A lot harder to get, and you have to have sophisticated tools and weapons and stuff like that to kill animals and do all these crazy stuff. And we're not really attracted to dead flesh. I mean, there's going to be someone out there, but generally speaking, it's not like a widespread fascination or attraction for people to want to desire to eat animals.
vegans. I am open to working with anyone and help you transition to a healthier diet. Ideally, a plant based, high carb, low fat vegan one, but everybody's got to start somewhere. There was a point in time when I was not vegan myself and I was flip flopping from all different kinds of diets to try to figure out what would work the best for me.
That's true. I'm the same in the sense that I didn't start off this way. Actually, there was a point where I hated vegetarians, and it wasn't until the desire to get healthy that sort of made me want to move more in this direction. Everyone's coming from a different angle, but ultimately, the goal is to move towards a whole food plant based lifestyle and educate yourself about animal ethics, just so that we can live in a world where we're not enslaving billions of animals and killing them just for taste.
And my situation and to allow me to have food freedom, body freedom, to stay effortlessly slim, lean, fit, and healthy while not restricting my food intake. So that is what I've personally achieved for myself. And it's taken a long time to get here. There's been a lot of trial and error along the way, but here we are today, feeling good, 3 babies later, 8 months postpartum, and just, can't ask for a better experience with life. I've been working on myself, eating exclusively fruits and vegetables. I spent the entire month of May transitioning to that by including, some starches here and just eating more fruit and vegetables in general. And now I have been, I think, a week where I've been exclusively fruit and veg, maybe a little longer than that.
So yeah, I've done like this whole year, like I've eliminated grains and I'm not eating beans. Still doing high carb, low fat. Still lots of fruit, mainly fruits, roots, and greens. So go fruit or root yourself, as Freely would say. But with lots of greens, and that allowed me to be able to do mucus free May a lot easier. But generally speaking, I had some trials and tribulations during that month. It wasn't all easy.
But yeah, I've effortlessly lost about 10 pounds in that time. And more so, though, I'm feeling really good in my body. My energy's better, my productivity is better, my mental clarity has improved, my sleep has improved, my sleep quality has improved. So now I can do more on less sleep. Still getting the bare minimum of 8 hours of sleep, but I used to just feel like I needed like 10, 12 hours of sleep. Now I'm doing better, with the sleep that I'm able to get with the baby.
And it's mainly because whenever you eliminate starches and you replace your starch calories with fruit, you're still getting what you wanted to get from starch, but you're getting it in an easy form. And I keep saying this. This is why I never understood. Um, whenever I used to hear in this sort of high carb community that there's no difference between raw to fort and fully raw. I'm like, what? So if someone has 3,000 calories of bananas and dates versus 50% of that coming from bananas and dates, and then 50% of that coming from complex carbohydrates, which are more difficult for the body to digest. By the way, I'm pro starches. Biologically speaking, how is that going to be more efficient? How is that going to be better for the body in terms of efficiency? Whenever it has to do more to still get the fiber, carbs, and glucose, I never understood that. Never understood that.
My fitness is improving, endurance is improving, strength is improving, flexibility is improving. Everything is just getting easier, and this is why. Okay, I started talking to you guys about the mucusless diet healing system in some previous videos, and today I'm going to get into lesson 1 with you guys. This is the manual for achieving, uh, the health and uh, body and fitness that you desire. Okay.
The mucusless diet is the original raw to four. Raw to four is just a nicer name. um, raw to four is just it makes sense, in terms of the name. It sounds really nice, and everybody knows what you're doing. I'm doing raw food till four. But if you just said to someone, "Yeah, I'm doing mucusless," they'd be like, "What?" But he was talking like his menu is basically like fruit till dinner, basically raw till four in a way. So, and he was talking about this in like the 1800s.
Um, it is the scientific method of eating your way to health. So, this is the original plant based diet. This is the original diet system for humans in general, regardless of whether you are plant based or not. Or, all methods of controlled dietary patterns. So we got keto, low carb, calorie restriction, fasting, intermittent fasting, veganism, whole food plant based eating, uh, high carb, low fat, raw foodism. Every single dieting methodology has erupted from this manuscript. Okay, so we are going to get into it, and it may surprise you if you've never read this book before what the contents contains. When I first read this book, it planted a seed that has stuck with me for the rest of my life. And as I've dabbled in different, dieting methodologies, and then settled into high carb, low fat, plant based vegan.
So I read this book whenever I was 19, starting out on my journey, trying to heal my like skin and system boils and try to be healthier. And I just remember this feeling of on like feeling like I got it, but at the same time being like, this is I don't know if I'm fully ready to embrace everything he's saying here. But I was like, I feel like, yeah, exactly the same as Victoria. It feels like it definitely planted a seed in something. Look at me now, fruit, fruit hippie.
That using the high carb, low fat, plant based vegan diet as a foundational approach to the mucusless diet healing system works really well with this methodology, producing some pretty amazing results. And that's what I've currently, been experimenting with on myself, as the mucus has continued to pour out of my system still. It'll have been 4 weeks this week where I started making a shift towards a more mucus free diet because I got hit with a pretty bad viral infection, and it's just been coming out everywhere. First it started with my throat, and then now it's all coming out of my nose, and I just feel pressure on this side as the mucus is just pouring out.
If you think, um, if you think you don't like you're healthy, I dare you to try mucusless diet for a month. Just fruits and greens. Even go on chronometer. Even try to do your best to make sure all the points and stuff like that are maxed out. And just see, just see what happens after a month. I swear, the first time I did it, I felt amazing, but just coughing, like nose eruptions, and just oh man, it's weird. It's like as Victoria was saying, like you feel amazing, you feel light, you feel like you could like hit a PB and stuff like that, but at the same time, your body is like just kicking stuff out. And it's doing that is if you're holding everything constant, like so if you're still sleeping good, if you're still moving your body and exercising, if you're still getting like vegetables and nutrition in, if you're still eating enough calories and stuff and still staying hydrated, you're doing all these things, you're making sure all these things are right, but you're still pouring mucus and stuff like that, basically kicking your butt.
And that's by design, as the stuff that isn't supposed to be in there leaves. Basically, this is a manual on how to get back to our original diet. So let's get into it. Okay, so I'm going to read to you guys, and then I'll include my commentary. How's that? And for those of you who want to get a copy of your own mucusless diet healing system, there is a link in the description of this video. And if you'd like my coaching to help you transition to a healthier diet in general, that is available in the link in the description box as well. Okay, general introductory principles, lesson 1. Every disease, no matter what name it is known by medical science, is constipation. Cellular constipation, to be more exact. A clogging up of the entire pipe system of the human body. Any special symptom is therefore merely an extraordinary local constipation by more accumulated mucus at this particular place, i.e., inflammation. Special accumulation points are the tongue, the stomach, and particularly the entire digestive tract. Remember, everything is connected in our system. This last is the real and deeper cause of bowel constipation. The average person has as much as 10 pounds of uneliminated feces in the bowels, continually poisoning the bloodstream and the entire system. Think of it. So we are extending beyond constipation just in terms of the GI system. We're talking about the entire system, blood vessels being constipated, everything, and we're going to get into with what. Every sick person has a more or less mucus clogged system, such mucus being derived from undigested and uneliminated unnatural food substances accumulated from childhood on. Details regarding this fact may be learned by reading my Rational Fasting and Regeneration Diet, which I highly recommend reading as well. You can listen to it for free on audiobook. I'll put a link for that in the description. My mucus theory and mucusless diet healing system stand unshaken and is proven the most successful. Compensation action, so-called cure against every kind of disease. By its systematic application, thousands of declared incurable patients could be saved. The mucusless diet consists of all kinds of raw and cooked fruits, starchless vegetables, and cooked or raw, mostly green leaf vegetables. A combination of individually advised long or short fasts with progressively changing menus of non-mucus forming foods. This diet alone
Looking to build
So keep in mind, by the way, before she gets into this, that John McDougall promotes a starch-based diet with additional fruits and vegetables. He advocates limiting nuts, seeds, avocados. He advocates not consuming animal products or refined vegetable oils. Recognize that if John McDougall lived in an alternate reality where there was no starches, this is the diet he would promote because it's a high carb lifestyle and it's something that could fuel nations if we mobilized and organized ourselves in a way. In another world, it's like, oh, China's fueled on dates. You know what I mean? Oh, you see the Ireland's fueled on apples or something like that, even though apples would be probably take you all day trying to get all your calories from. But you know what I mean? Like, it's a high carb, low fat lifestyle. And John McDougall swears by a starch based lifestyle. But if he took some time, if he took like a year or 2 years to study all the raw food books, he would start to realize that this is like a fruit based lifestyle is better than a starch based lifestyle for the very reason that I'm talking about. It allows you more energy for the body to be able to achieve the same amount of task of like providing you glucose, vitamins, minerals, fiber. So your body has more energy to heal you. Your body has more energy for athletic performances. Your body has more energy to do its regular basic functions. So everything is going to be more efficient. You're not going to, I don't know how you can beat that.
Important part. This diet alone can heal every case of disease without fasting, although such a cure requires longer time. The system itself will be expounded in later lessons. However, to learn how to apply the system, to understand how and why it works, it is necessary to free your mind from medical errors, partly taken over by naturopathy. In other words, I must teach you a new physiology, free from medical errors, a new method of diagnosis, a correction of the fundamental errors of metabolism, high protein foods, blood circulation, blood composition, and last but not least, you must be taught what vitality really is. So when we are referring to pipe systems here, we're referring to all systems of the body, because all systems get blood flow. That is the pipe system. It starts with the blood. So that includes the nervous system, digestive system, cardiovascular system, respiratory system, urinary system, lymphatic system. They're all linked through the blood. Okay. And what we eat goes into our bloodstream. To medical science, the human body is still a mystery, especially in disease condition. Every new disease discovered by the doctors is a new mystery for them. There are no words to properly express how far from the truth they actually are. Naturopathy uses the word vitality continually, yet neither medical scientists nor naturopaths can tell what vitality is. Not only is it necessary to eradicate all of these errors from your brain, but the truth must be shown to you in such a new light and simple light that you can grasp it at once. This great advantage of simplicity and clarity is one of the fundamental reasons for my success. With all my teachings cover the truth. Incidentally, whatever simple reason cannot grasp is humbug, however scientific it may sound. You will learn how wrong.
Sometimes, yeah, I love that. Sometimes I tell people the reason human beings are frugivores is because every species on this planet can eat, can eat without needing fire. And once you eliminate fire, you basically eliminate all starches. You basically eliminate all animal products. Because if you ask billions of people on this planet, about 4.5 billion people live in cities, right? If you ask them, or even greater than that, are you even attracted to seeing dead animal being like killed and mutilated and slaughterhouse footages? Are you attracted to that? They'll say no. Are you attracted to bugs crawling around, mites crawling around and stuff? They will say no. In a situation where you can't eat raw grains or raw beans or raw potatoes, do you have an appeal or desire to want to do that? They will say no, and even if they did, they will hurt themselves. Then I says, what is left? Fruits and tender greens. What is our DNA structure made out of? Well, according to science, it's 98% similar to bonobos. Okay, so it's so simple. It's so simple, but people cannot grasp. They can't grasp that. They will go, oh no, fire is what evolved our brains. And I'm saying, what has fire done? Has made us able to eat starches, which again, I'm pro starches, but I'm pro truth as well. So fire's made us to be able to eat something we could never eat, and it's allowed us to be able to eat it, and now it's a more complex version of fruit. How is that going to evolve our brains, but fruit doesn't? And then the people who say meat, how, if you feed frugivores or even herbivores animal products, right, it gives them atherosclerosis. That is not going to evolve your brain, bro. Something that gives you clogged up arteries, your the veins and arteries and stuff that go into your heart, they are pipe systems the same way as the ones that go to your brain. How is something that's clogging up your arteries going to evolve your brain? I just had to go into that.
And ignorant it is to believe that any special disease can be healed by eating the right food, living upon special menus, or undergoing long fasts, if such is done without experience and without system and special advice for each individual case. Fasting has been known for hundreds of years as a compensation against every disease, as nature's only an infallible law, and the same applies to the mucusless diet, as stated in Genesis: fruits and herbs, green leaves. But why has it never come into general use and resultant universal success? Because it was never used systematically in accordance with the condition of the patient. The average man has not the slightest idea what the necessary eliminative process is, but what time it requires, how and how often his diet must be changed, what it means to cleanse the body of the terrible quantities of waste he has accumulated in his body during his lifetime. Disease is an effort of the body to eliminate waste, mucus, and toxemias, and this system assists nature in the most perfect and natural way. Not the disease, but the body is to be healed. It must be cleansed, freed from waste and foreign matter, from mucus and toxemias accumulated since childhood. You cannot buy health in a bottle. You cannot heal your body, that is, cleanse your system in a few days. You must make compensation for the wrong you have done your body all during your life. My system is not a cure or a remedy. It is a regeneration, a thorough house cleaning, the acquisition of such clean and perfect health as you never knew before. Remember, your constitutional encumbrances throughout the entire system are the source of every disease, the greatest and most harmful source of lowered vitality, imperfect health, lack of strength and endurance in any and all.
Learn Italian with real.
All have their source in the colon, never perfectly emptied since your birth. Nobody on earth today has an ideally clean body and therefore perfectly clean blood. What medical science calls normal health is in fact a pathological condition. In summa, the human mechanism is an elastic pipe system. The diet of civilization is never entirely digested and the resultant waste eliminated. This entire pipe system is slowly constipated, especially at the place of the symptom in the digestive tract. This is the foundation of every disease. To loosen this waste, eliminate it intelligently and thoroughly, and to control this elimination can only be done perfectly by the mucusless diet healing system. Okay, so that is lesson 1.
Woo!
Loaded, right? But plants the seed into helping you to think a little bit differently about how this whole thing works. The reason why, as we eat a natural diet and continue to breathe every day and move our body, it starts the elimination process of the waste removal from our system, and the regeneration happens naturally. You know, when you get a cut on your finger and you put a Band-Aid on it, it's not the Band-Aid that heals your finger, it's the oxygen, it's your blood, It's your body heals itself, okay? We just have to get out of the way and support that natural healing regeneration process, consuming a diet that supports that function and also supports the elimination of waste, the removal of waste out of our system. What I will say is that the waste removal happens whether you want it to or not. When we get sick, that's an elimination, okay? We're eliminating the waste. It's a shock to the system, and we start.
Yeah, you think of all the people like every so often they get bedridden. Like they just are in bed, they lose their appetite, they don't want to eat, they're going through boxes and boxes of tissues. The body will eliminate whether you like it or not. It's whether you're facilitating it, helping it, or you're adding the extra load on top of it.
Start the elimination process, but we are always eliminating every single day of our lives that we're breathing. We are eliminating. Okay, so our that's why we don't just like eat a whole bunch of junk food and then keel over. Our body has a really powerful ability to eliminate waste, especially when we're younger. As we get older, and depending on the extent of damage that's been done to the system through years and years and years of wrong eating, it can be a little bit more difficult to recover the body. But in all cases, as explained in the mucusless diet healing system, as long as you are eating to support your body's natural eliminative functioning, you're going to start the regeneration process as well and support that. So when it comes down to it, okay, food serves two purposes for our body. The first one is nourishment, glucose, micronutrients in order to support the eliminative process, to make it safe and effective, okay? So that all.
So I have to end it here because I'm busy at the moment. But yes, check out Nutrition by Victoria. I will leave her channel link in the description below. And as well, I am also offering some coaching for those transitioning onto a healthier lifestyle, especially if you're looking to lose weight.